my lip, broke my phone. I tried to stop him from leaving, and when he was trying to close the door, I put my hand in the way, so he accidentally slammed my hand in the door. My hand was literally hanging. My teeth were loose. It was just a whole big thing. So
her affair with him, Bhad Bhabie, also went off on Alabama in a series of posts in which she said, "Doesn't sound very ew to me. I truly believe she only entertained him because he's my baby daddy. I've watched her talk to numerous men with girlfriends, but never thought I'd see the day she did it to me. Shading me like I did something to you is even crazier. You did something to me. I did absolutely nothing to you." This whole situation made Alabama obviously look like a liar because she said ew, and now it turns out she was actually laid up with the same man she was calling a bum. I mean, the math is just not mathing. Then she went on Instagram to finally explain how she and Levon met. However, she insisted they were never romantically involved. Alabama claims she met Levon for the first time after he joined her friend group to go on a trip to Vegas. At the time, she didn't know he was Bhad Bhabie's baby daddy, and he never mentioned it. However, she had no intention of getting with him for real, because during the trip, he attacked her by throwing a bottle at her, which hit her in the head. Before anyone calls her a liar, she posted a photo showing the injury. She said that after that trip, he kept hitting her up with different numbers, trying to get her to be his girlfriend, but she turned him down. Somewhere along the line, she found out he was Bhad Bhabie's baby daddy and even tried explaining the situation, but Bhad Bhabie was fixed on believing Levon. Alabama says, "LV and my friend group traveled to Las Vegas last year before I knew they were together. During that trip, he threw a bottle at my head, resulting in significant injury. His behavior was not only reckless but deeply concerning. It's troubling to see that despite his actions, she continues to defend him, even after I told her what he had done." Alabama continues, "I was unaware that he was her boyfriend until after spending time with him in public on 2 separate occasions. It's clear that he is manipulating her, feeding her a distorted narrative to justify his behavior. He deceived me, and I have evidence, including messages where he claimed he wasn't actually Levon, that he was single, and that he didn't have an Instagram account. Before pointing fingers at me, I suggest looking at the source." Over time, Levon initiated frequent communication with Alabama, including calls and texts, but nothing substantial ever came from it. However, he has since deleted many of these messages, though she has everything documented. "I've apologized multiple times to Danielle, understanding that her partner misled me. This has been ongoing for almost a year, well before anything was posted. Throughout this time, Levon has confessed his feelings for me repeatedly. Despite his dishonesty and betrayal of his relationship, I chose to disregard his advances." Alabama adds that she has continued evidence, including Levon using fake numbers to contact her and expressing his love for her. "I have no interest in this man, nor would I ever lower myself to be with someone who has been physically abusive toward women." But Bhad Bhabie isn't letting up. She also went on Instagram Live to give a breakdown of what really happened, and even revealed that Levon busted her lip because a few months ago he caught her cheating with Sosa, Chief Keef's nickname. Apparently, she never really cut ties with Keef, and every time she and Levon would fight, she would call Keef to pick her up and stay at his place. As you can imagine, some adult things happened when they were together at his crib. Once Levon found out she was messing with Chief Keef, he packed up and left her house to stay at a hotel. It was during those 2 weeks that he met Alabama. Once he and Alabama started messing around, Alabama unfollowed her on Instagram. Bhad Bhabie describes the situation. "So me and Levon were drunk, and sometimes when we get drunk, we fight all night. We were fighting, and I called Sosa to come get me. Levon and I went to lay down. When I got into bed, Sosa called, and Levon answered my phone. It didn't show Sosa's name, just the phone number, and Levon answered. You could hear Sosa's voice saying, 'Danny, where are you?' Bhad Bhabie continues, I cheated first. I cheated by calling Sosa. After Levon answered the phone, he busted my lip, broke my phone. I tried to stop him from leaving, and when he was trying to close the door, I put my hand in the way, so he accidentally slammed the door on my hand. My teeth were loose, and it was a big thing." She continues the story, explaining how Sosa picked her up and took her to a doctor to check out her injuries. After staying at Sosa's place, she found Levon packing his things and crying on the floor, begging him not to leave. Levon left for 2 weeks, and during that time, he met Alabama. When Bhad Bhabie discovered Alabama was following her on Instagram, she confronted Levon and Levon tracked Levon's location. Levon and Alabama both lied about the situation, and Bhad Bhabie later tracked Levon's location. Her affair with him, Bhad Bhabie, also went off on Alabama in a series of posts in which she said, "Doesn't sound very ew to me. I truly believe she..."
Back to where this really started from. So me and Levon get into it. We was drunk, and sometimes when we get drunk, we either fight all night or fight all night. And we get whatever. So me and Levon, we're drunk, we get into it. I up by calling Sosa. So I call Sosa and I'm like, yeah, we fighting, blah, 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 basically come get me. So Levon, so me and Levon went to go lay down. I go to lay down with him. When I get in the bed, Sosa calls me. Levon answers my phone. It didn't say Sosa at the top or nothing. It was just the phone number. But Levon answers the phone and you hear Sosa's voice saying, "Danny, what's up?" Or "Danny, where you at?" So I was the one that cheated first. I cheated by calling Sosa from the jump. So after Levon answered the phone, he busted my lip, broke my phone. I tried to stop him from leaving, and when he was trying to close the door, I put my hand in the way, so he accidentally slammed my hand in the door. My hand was literally hanging. My teeth were loose. It was just a whole big thing. So I'm trying to wake E up, and I'm telling E, take me to the hospital. Meanwhile, the phone never hung up. The phone never hung up, so Sosa heard all this going on, right? So right after that, I'm trying to wake E up to take me to the hospital because my hand is literally up. So E's drunk as he's like, "Danny, go lay down." And I'm like, "Bro, okay." So I call Sosa and I'm like, "Bro, I need to see a doctor. I need to go to the hospital." So he comes, picks me up, and he calls the house. We use the same house call doctor. So he calls the doctor for me. The doctor comes, looks at my wrist, makes sure my teeth aren't gonna fall out, gave me some medicine, and I go to sleep. I stayed at Sosa's house that night. This was all at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I took 2 Xanax, went to sleep, and didn't wake up till 4 or 5 o'clock. I call E's phone when I wake up, which E's Levon's best friend. And when he called me, it was on FaceTime, and he seen Sosa got a whole bunch of shit above his bed, the glow game, whatever. So E seen that and was like, "Oh my God, Danny, are you dead right now?" And I was just like, "I feel bad." And then Sosa dropped me off back home a couple minutes later, and when I got there, Levon was boxing his stuff up in boxes. I was crying on the floor, screaming "Please don't leave me, our family, please don't leave me." So he left his stuff. He ends up going to stay at a hotel for 2 weeks. And in these 2 weeks that he's gone, he meets Alabama. Me and Levon get back together after this 2 weeks. And I'm on Instagram. Me and E sitting in the bed, I'm on Instagram. And I click a picture of Alabama on the Explore page, and I see it says follow. And I'm like, "What? Alabama follow me?" So I called Talon. And I'm like, "Did something happen between us and Bama? I'm confused." So Talon's like, "Oh, I had heard something about her and Levon." But she was like, "I didn't even think it was serious. I thought it was just made up, so I didn't even tell you. I didn't want to work you up." So I called Levon, and I'm like, "Levon, you noticed?" So I'm texting Levon. I'm on the phone with Levon, and I'm texting Bama, "Bama, call me now. Look, why am I hearing something about you and my baby daddy?" And she's like, "What? No, never." And I'm like, "Girl, what? Be real with me." So she calls me, and she's like, "Yeah, we met and we exchanged numbers, but that was it." Levon didn't tell me the truth, nor did Alabama tell me the truth. So basically, like, a couple weeks later, I'm at my mom's house in Florida. And Levon not answering the phone, so I tracked the location on the car, and I see that the car is in Alabama's neighborhood. So I called Alabama, like, is Levon at your house? And she was like, no, he's not. She was like, hold on, give me 5 minutes, I'm gonna call you back. So she calls me, and she's like, yeah, my mom has it all on recording. She was like, yeah, we linked each other a couple times, but we never had sex. It wasn't like that. Like, he lied to me and told me that he wasn't him. First of all, he has my name tattooed on his neck. Like, how the fuck are you gonna say that he told you it wasn't him when you could have easily figured out it was him?
Only entertained him because he's my baby daddy. I've watched her talk to numerous men with girlfriends, but never thought I'd see the day she did it to me. Shading me like I did something to you is even crazier. You did something to me. I did absolutely nothing to you. This whole situation made Alabama obviously look like a liar because she said ew, and now it turns out she was actually laid up with the same man she was calling a bum. I mean, the math is just not mathing.